What's up? What's going on? What's good? We are checking in here on August 9th, 2021 through the Boxing Source radio show. I'm your host, James Bell, the leader of the Boxing Source. Of course, you can follow us on social media through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we also have a YouTube channel. We got like a few things here that we're going to be talking about here for this weekend. Of course, had some action that did take place on August 7th, and then what's going down on next week. But we're gonna try to break down a few things here with what's been going down. Of course, a lot of the talk has been about what has happened over the weekend when it comes to um, the fight card that was headline there with that Iamana Stanionis against Luis Colazo, but also especially what happened in the undercard, which we will definitely get into here in a bit, because it looks like we've had a good amount of things happen since that time that with a little bit of investigation, kind of like going into one of the judges that was part of that particular fight between Gabriel Mastre and Michael Fox. And I'm telling you, that was really a fight that you talk about. Some people say that might be one of the biggest robberies of the year, because like if you watch that fight, I mean, even with the knockdown that was scored by Michael Fox in the second round, like he definitely fought the better fight over the course of those rounds. And it was something where Gabriel Mastre, he hasn't even been past 5 rounds in his short professional career, but of course he had like one of those extended amateur careers where they have about 300 or 400 amateur fights, and then they don't become like a professional until they're like in their late 30s or mid 30s or something like that. As Maestre is currently 34 years old, and he only had like three pro fights before this one here against Michael Fox, and that, and the thing was, it was like he had to basically adjust because he had a original opponent that wasn't available for him, because of the like injuries and stuff like that. But then Michael Fox came in as a replacement opponent, and he definitely fought his fight. He was going in there, um, as the 6'3", about 6'3" or 6'4", fighter, and he definitely used all of that how you're supposed to against a shorter fighter in Gabriel Mastre. Mastre was trying to get into the inside and try to bully Fox on the inside, but he really couldn't do that after about let's say 6 or 7 rounds. Like the way that Michael Fox was just boxing, moving with his back foot, using a jab very effectively over the first half of that particular fight, and then he increased that amount of offense with the jab in the second half of the fight. And Maestre just was get a little bit frustrated, had been winging a lot of power shots, wasn't very efficient and effective over the second half of that particular fight. And it just looked like it was going to be a clear victory for Michael Fox. I mean, if you watched it live and you see the unofficial scorecard from Marcos Vegas, he only gave Gabriel Maestre like the first round, and then like the next 10 or so, 9 to 10 rounds, he pretty much scored for Michael Fox for like controlling the pace, throwing the jab, like I was saying there at effective times. was very good with his defense, even though Gabriel Maestro was able to get to the inside at times. He really didn't affect Michael Fox with the body shots and the power shots once it got to the inside. And, even though it looked like Michael Fox was, backing himself up to the ropes, it wasn't to the point where he was in much danger. He knew that he only had like a little bit of time to be on the ropes, and he got out of the ropes. So he didn't, allow Gabriel Maestro to trap him. So I just felt like it was, easily like at least 9 rounds for Michael Fox. But it went to the scorecards, and the scorecards, this David Singh had it 114, a 113. John Mariano had it 115 to 112, and Gloria Martinez Rizzo scored it 117 to 110 for the winner, Gabriel Maestro. And it was like, oh my God. Now, I want to add in a contributor to the boxing source. Of course, it is the president of the Deontay Wilder fan club, Mr. Matthew Brown. What's going on, man?
Oh, so cheating and corruption do exist in boxing, huh? Oh.
Hey. I guess race does matter. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops, did I say that? Oops,
yeah. It's
my
like,
bad.
you had the perfect circle of the Bomb Squad Revenge Tour happen Saturday night. You had the glove fiasco, which explained what Tyson Fury did perfectly.
Oh, no.
Okay. And the commission ain't catch shit. Okay, I just want to point that out. Once again, a commission did not catch shit. Okay. You had a crab in the barrel referee. Okay, who was going to allow... Well, actually, the referee stopped it. Let me not get on the referee. But that woman judge. That woman judge. Now, let me stop fronting. It was all the judges. And I got to be honest, I'm kind of tired of talking about it already.
Oh, my God. It was just... Oh, that was just bad. That was just
it really was.
And I'm like, okay. I mean, I know that he was originally preparing for like Cody Crowley, but like everybody was talking about, oh, this Gabriel Maestro. We had like 550 amateur fights, and now he's a pro, and he's about to have a interim title in like his 4th professional fight. And I'm like, oh, man, this is
Bro, he's 34 years old.
34, man.
Like, how did he even get caught up with PBC? Honestly, and I'm not. All right, let me put my tinfoil hat on real quick.
Oh, man.
All right, you might have to edit this out.
Man, come on, I don't do filters, bro. You know that.
How we know PBC wasn't in on this shit?
Ooh.
Because look at it this way. The WBA has been very generous with PBC.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know that as a stipulation of that, hey, take care of my countryman who's a career amateur, 34 years old, can't draw flies to shit, and apparently can't even fight.
And you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, that type of thing.
Yeah, and you saw Joe Goosen call that shit out right away on the air. He was like, look, the WBA, Venezuelan organization, there's fighters from Venezuela. He's sponsored by the WBA. You do already know what it is.
Yep, no doubt. Let me add in another person to come in here. Live with this is Nika. What's going on?
Hey.
Nika! Oh my God!
Yes,
wow.
It's been a minute.
I know, right? How you
It's been
guys
a minute.
doing?
Wow.
Oh,
Thank you for slumming it up with us, Nika.
No.
Wow.
This is not slumming it up. You are so stupid.
Nika coming off the pedestal, off the
Re-
throne,
really,
off
really,
the
no,
boxing versus throne,
no,
off
don't do
the
me like that.
Women Crush Wednesday throne to join us. What?
Yo, you are doing the most. Oh my god. No, you know I be tired. You never send the link in the chat to
That is
add.
true.
So don't do me like that.
I
This
did
the
not
first
forget
time.
this time,
This the
though.
first time you've added the link in the chat, and I hopped on. So don't even
Yes,
try
I did not forget this time.
see. So you can't. So we got to blame Matt on that one. Then
it.
got to
Yeah.
blame Matt on that one.
Same time I coming
Yeah.
off the pedestal. He ain't never posted the damn link.
Uh,
Now you sound
just
like
wow.
Lefty.
So wait, I hopped in on something about you. It looked like he was going against PBC. What did I miss? What, you're talking about
Well,
the Michael Fox
well,
fight?
we don't want to call it going against PBC. I'm just saying, it just so happens that the WBA, who is very PBC friendly, like it feels like PBC has every WBA belt imaginable. You know, it's amazing that PBC signs this fighter that nobody cares about. He's 34 years old. He's from Venezuela, just like the WBA president. You know, I don't think it's a coincidence that this guy is getting a shot with PBC.
Yeah, so I thought so too. Like, so you think that he was given a shot by PBC because of their relationship with the WBA?
Correct. That's what I think.
And I
And I
and
will
I
stand
and
on
I
that.
and I would like to co-sign that as well
Yeah,
because
I will stand
this
on that.
it was clear as day on Saturday. I mean, it was clear as day. It was clear as day, and
um,
I don't know how they're gonna rectify the situation, but they made that statement and they put out saying that they're gonna have the rejudge the fight or whatever and maybe do a rematch, and it's like what?
But
Shouldn't it be
how
like
is
a
a
no?
rematch going to
yeah,
help? That's what bothers me. A
Yeah,
yeah.
like
rematch is not going to help this kid.
no, not at all. I wouldn't even want to fight again with them. Like, why should he trust anything that has to do with the WBA or anything? I mean, just alone the tweets that this lady was doing this whole time. Like well, I'm gonna say that we because we are boxing Twitter. We made her delete her account. Like
That's a
she could.
fact.
it,
That's a
Oh my
fact.
goodness.
it didn't even take a whole day.
Yeah, she probably needed her grandson to help her recover her password so she could delete the account.
You delete the account, but hey, those tweets are saved forever and ever. So
That's a fact.
so for what you say, Matt? First you had Maga Mel, now you have Maga Rizzo.
Yep. Yep. It's
Oh,
just so funny to me that people get on Deontay Wilder when he calls this stuff out. Everybody talks shit about Wilder. Oh, Wilder's just making excuses. There's no racism in boxing. The commissions never mess up. They don't mess up nothing with the gloves. The commissions catch everything. And we saw it all in one fucking night.
like all rolled into
Yeah.
one. that
Yeah.
was just that
Sorry,
was just wild.
I'm
All the
back.
way wild, yo. And I'm like, ah. See this be the type of stuff that has people turned off for the sport of boxing because you have like all stages of corruption happening in one one whole fight card. Yo,
Yep.
that's just wild.
Hmm, crazy.
And
Oh
I
man.
think it got so much attention because the card was so trash. People was angry already. So to have such a trash, boring card and you still cheated, like they were probably like enough is enough.
I mean, but don't you think the fix was already in from the giddy up? I mean, starting with the gloves.
Exactly. That was crazy.
That was real crazy.
That
And
was
had it not
crazy.
been for his father catching that, God knows. I mean, I don't think he would have did any damage to him, no way. But
Of course,
just
they
the
said that skin in the gloves makes the knuckles I think go
more
like really into the glove past the
int-
padding and makes it really
mm,
dangerous for the opponent.
No, I'm not saying that it wouldn't do damage to a fighter, but I'm saying like he wasn't that I don't want to say trash, but he was he was that trash. I don't even think that he would have even did damage to him. That's how good Michael Fox was that night.
Yeah, that is
Even
true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, not
man,
according to the judges.
they should have this thing changed to a no contest.
No,
Yeah,
just give him the victory. Give him the victory. That's it.
yeah, because
uh,
he
Oh,
won.
I'm in the room. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And you know,
Okay, cause
um,
y'all gotta. If my
Emilio
phone
tried to
messed
play.
up, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
Emilio
We hear you, love.
try to play
Okay.
us. He gonna say that I came off my pedestal to come on the show. Ain't this the first time that he ever posted the link in the chat?
Yeah, one of the
Alexis?
first times. It's like it's his second time.
When was
His
the first
second.
time?
He posted it a long time ago. He did because we always get on him talking about they never tell us when the show started. I had to set my notifications so I know.
Nah,
My
And
cause
phone
this
might
is the
mess
first.
up. My phone might
nah,
mess up because I got a TikTok video going viral that Matt was trying to steal from me. So,
Oh, it's
oh,
doing
but
numbers.
I posted it first.
Talk about free dick at 88.
This man is
Yo,
addicted to TikTok. Oh my god, they need to
Yeah, I
sponsor
love
you.
TikTok too.
They need to
yo,
sponsor Chicken Talk because you are definitely their number one
yeah.
fan.
Yeah,
Hell
cause
yeah.
yeah. Listen, I ain't even really on TikTok like that. And I'm like, goodness, y'all just been
Matt on there.
y'all be on it like every
Oh
10,
yeah, I
10
love TikTok.
seconds. Y'all be on that joint like every 10 seconds. I'm like, my goodness, yo. Oh
I
man.
thought it was just for kids until I started seeing all them asses pop up and shaking and
Facts.
Now he's hooked.
Nah,
But you, but
TikTok ain't been
you,
like
no,
that.
you like every kind of videos because you be coming in there with like the most random ass videos with cats and
oh yeah.
dogs and like
See, that's the
Oh
thing about
man.
TikTok. You see, like whatever you thinking, TikTok gonna show that shit on your screen for some
you be
reason.
going.
They,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can tell what
random.
kind of rabbit hole you
bro,
are.
Yo,
their algorithm,
I
algorithm, whatever, is like the best algorithm online. Period.
No, I feel like I know what
I
rabbit hole
don't
you're going
know.
down. Depending on the videos you post in the chat. TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I can.
know. Like
Uh,
Instagram might have a
la-
beat on that.
lazy is on. Lefty's on ask tonight because that's what he posted in the chat. Today he's on food. You know, I could tell by the what rabbit hole you going down by the
Oh,
videos you post.
geez.
But yeah,
Well,
I've been going through this judge's scorecards.
yeah.
From Saturday.
Listen, whenever you got a
No,
black
from
guy against a Latino,
all her fights.
I swear to God, I swear to God,
How do you find? How can you find her or her
on box
judging fight
rec,
from on
Yeah,
box
Box
rec?
Record
Oh, okay.
posted. Yep.
I'm looking through them. It's not looking good, Gloria.
Like, oh my
But you know what's
God.
crazy is that I knew that she was either from Nicaragua or from Cuba. Because when they said she was from Miami, I was like, and
Yo.
she was a Trump, she was a Trump fan. I knew that she was either gonna be Cuban or Nicaragua because I know some Nicaraguans who are like hardcore MAGA fans and supporters, and sure enough, she's a Nicaraguan from and who lives here in Miami. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you like
But doesn't he
score
have a
round
case?
5 through round 12 all for Gabriel Maestre? Like that's
He can't. He doesn't have the. Doesn't he have enough to file some type of a case against, like fight this? Because I feel like this keeps happening because no fighters ever like fight this. They just take the L and just go on. And just try to do better next time or like make sure they knock the person out. They don't never like. They don't never fight for what's right.
well, I mean, the thing is like, what would be the end result? Will they just ban the judge from judging any other fight or whatever it is?
He needs to
So,
get. He needs to get his W because that's rightfully what happened. He won that fight. And they need to she needs to step down from whatever position they just made up for her because she obviously is I saw a picture of her on her Twitter that she posted when she passed a little class that the WBA gave her. They probably just told her to count to 3 and then they gave her the certificate. That's
I
how
don't know.
it
Maybe that's what it takes to be a judge in some cases. So, just be able to, yeah, just count to 3 and just just sit there and then just look like you're paying attention, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that whole thing was just wild. Like, how do you? Like, it was almost like a clean sweep from round 5 to round 12 for Maestro. And I'm like, he ain't even much do nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I know that something's not right, and when all boxing Twitter is on the same page.
Yeah.
When boxing Twitter is on the same page, you fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody seeing how bad that was, then you you done messed up with that one. And it's like Matt was saying, because the overall card, like the overall interest in the card wasn't really that high. This is pretty much what they're gonna focus on, because you only had that Stanionis Collazo thing, only went 4 rounds, and oh my god, that Devin Alexander Santa Maria fight, oh my god, I'm sorry,
Horrible.
oh my god, that was just. What, they only had like each fighter had like 50 punches landed in like 10 rounds or something. I was like, oh my god! And it was supposed to be at 147, and Devin Alexander didn't make weight.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
I wasn't even paying attention to his fight. To be honest.
You did. To be honest, you didn't really miss much at all. He didn't miss much at all with
But
that one.
I saw that he like tore a muscle or something in his arm, in his bicep or something. Did he tear his bicep?
Yeah, those Fox cars have been horrible.
Well,
Listen,
they're going down. I tried to tell people. Remember when little birdie was trying to tell people? I got so much flack for that.
They have to at least. I mean, the thing about it, you don't have to put on names in order to put on a Titan card.
Yeah.
You can put on some. You got to have better matchmaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hold on. Let's not go there with Fox, because we did just have the fight of the year on Fox a couple weeks ago.
But it's still, I'm saying,
what was the fight of the year?
They're not going to renew the contract with him. So
versus Apoche.
I'm just saying. Well, my thing is, they're not going to renew that contract. So I feel like they're not giving them as much love and care that they should. Like, this fight was in Minnesota, and they gave all those tickets out. Like, it's not making money. And because Artman got called out for UK boxing asked for everything. He was saying, if I would have known this was gonna happen, I would have never purchased this ticket. And he posted his tickets prior, and they were comped, so it had the $0 amount on there. And they were like, "You didn't even pay for your ticket. What are you talking about?"
Whoa!
Wait.
Y'all missed that tweet?
Pause.
I can't believe you missed that, Lefty.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, wait, yo. Hold up.
Yo.
He posted the tickets. Somebody paid for it.
Yeah, well, no. First he posted the tickets at, saying he was, he said, I haven't been to a fight in a long time. Good to go to a fight. And he posted his tickets in his hands. And then after this thing happened with Fox, he was like, if I would have known this disgrace was going to happen, I would have never bought these tickets or whatever. So then, somebody from the UK retweeted him and posted the picture that he previously posted. And they circled the dollar amount on the ticket and the comp, because it clearly said comp and it was $0. It was just like, well, technically you didn't buy your ticket. It was just like, wow.
Yo, Artman's a funny dude, man.
And then he goes, yeah, so what? I didn't pay for the tickets. What's your point? This is like you just said that if you would have known this was gonna happen, you wouldn't have bought the ticket. That was the point.
Like that's the whole
He couldn't
point.
really
That was
defend.
the
He
whole
couldn't
point
really
of his
defend it.
post.
There was
Oh
no.
my god.
He couldn't defend it because it was right there in the picture that he posted.
Poor Art, man. Poor Art, man.
So
Poor
what
Art
else
Killing
man
went
that.
on?
left.
What else went on this weekend? Anything interested in boxing? I didn't watch no boxing this weekend. I'll be honest with you, because
Listen,
Oh, you didn't watch that fight?
I
The
ain't
box?
watched none of that shit, man. I was
Oh.
out.
like,
You think I
You
got
were probably
time
you were
to?
karaoke.
Yeah, I ain't got time to watch that shit.
listen, just being straight up, Matt wouldn't watch like any fights that were, up this weekend. He wouldn't watch no Michael Conlon switching
Yeah,
divisions every other week. He
Oh
wouldn't
no,
watch
there were some other
no.
fights. There was some other
I
fights.
didn't watch that shit. I didn't watch it either. But,
His
I don't
own
watch
card.
most of this.
That's his own
He
card.
wouldn't watch. He definitely wouldn't watch no Kid Galahad versus Jazza Dickens.
hell
He
no,
definitely wouldn't watch that.
hell no.
So
But
I don't need,
when the
and
Black
he
Bomber.
wouldn't even watch. And he wouldn't even watch Ebony Bridges against Greg
Hell
Connolly.
no.
Hell no.
But I find it so
He ain't gonna
crazy
do
that
that.
it's so crazy how her fans are like making this win so like iconic. This lady was freaking 3-9 that she beat.
Wait, is it wait, oh yeah, I forgot. This is supposed to be what Ebony Bridges is supposed to be the next Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Is that what it is?
Well, supposedly the guy meant it as the next Muhammad Ali and like promoting. That's what he said. Well, no, that's what
She's
some
not.
of her
She's not
fans.
even good. But she's not even good at that.
No, I give it to
Nah,
her. She
she's
does
not.
promote herself well because we're talking about her now. Like she makes a buzz for herself.
I
But
don't
I
be
don't.
seeing enough ass.
I was gonna say something mean, but I don't want to. I don't want to stoop to her level. But I feel like she's not what she said she is because the first big fight that she had, she lost. She got her ass beat, and then they give her this next fight, and then it's against a 3-9 fighter, and she's acting like she knocked somebody out. That's like so official. It's like, girl, this lady's 3-9. You were supposed to knock her out.
You look. If she was promoting herself well, she would be Jake Paul. She got more
Facts.
boxing
Well, no,
experience than
because
Jake Paul. She's been
yeah,
boxing
but
longer than him, but he's headlining cards already.
Yep.
She's still on undercards, so she can't be promoting that. Promoting means that she's selling tickets, not
well,
that you're
I
you know
think
how
announcing.
boxing goes. He's making
I
more.
Yeah.
He's making more money and stuff than regular boxers
I don't even
does.
understand how is she more legit than Jake Paul is.
she's
He
not.
ain't.
She's not.
Yeah, they try to act like she is.
Of course. I mean,
I just think we're
these
we're
are
we're
not boxing
really
fans that are really fans
overrating
of her.
a few horny British guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a few of them.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a lot of them. It's not
I'm
a few.
sorry,
It's a
but
lot of
that's
them.
pretty much what it is. That's
It's a
pretty
lot
much
of
what
them.
it is. And yeah, there is a lot of them. There is a lot of them. And
But
I'll just
they're
put it
using
out
this to
there.
try to get her a rematch with Shannon Courtney.
Shannon
It's like
Courtney, yeah.
she don't
She
need a
gonna get
rematch
she
with
gonna
her.
I
She
don't
already
think
not.
beat
I
you.
don't,
Why should she go back? Why should she go back? She got the belt. She won the belt. Why should she give you a rematch? You just beat somebody that's 3-9. Like what have you done?
Because they don't have anybody else to fight her against. That's what.
Yeah.
That's
yep.
what. I'm
That's
talking
what
about
it is.
for both people.
Yep.
They don't have anybody else to fight her against. They know that at least if they put those two together, that at least both of them can make decent money.
Well, she's 34 also. Like, come on
Yeah.
now.
Like,
Oh, she's 34.
yeah.
She's
Yep.
34.
Ah, she washed.
Come on, man.
No, we're not gonna say it because a 45-year-old just beat somebody not so long ago. So 34
Yeah,
is
that's
not
true.
lost.
Yeah, that's the thing about it.
Speaking of
Man,
that,
dang,
the
Lefty
45-year-old
dropping pots all over the place. What's going on?
Oh, that's me. I'm cooking.
he bought his fried chicken. I'm surprised you didn't do a chicken talk today. Did you?
Nah, I
Ain't
did
shit to
yesterday.
talk about.
Oh.
No, Nike, we were about to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the 45-year-old that beat this younger boxer. Did y'all see that tweet and delete that Sulem Rubina did about selling sweaty socks, and then she's hashtagged
Oh, come
foot fetish.
on.
Foot fetish. She hashtag foot fetish. So I retweeted her and I said, "Ooh, going out sad." And I said, keep your little girls far away from this kind of stuff like that." And then she deleted the tweet.
You know, but
And
you know why?
I only did that because she was talking about Simone Biles and how she couldn't handle the pressure, and the greats would never do that. But I retweeted her and I said what I had to say, and she deleted her tweet so quick she couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
So
And the thing about it, she only feel like she got to do that because she lost, and she know, and she know that's maybe she could get some of them horny British dudes. She could go over there and make a couple more
Lefty,
dollars to fight.
I've seen her feet. She ain't selling shit.
yeah,
But I'm just saying that's what she see as her next step. Cause that OnlyFans coming out soon.
Oh man, that's not a good look.
That's why I'm like, I see the feet too, and like I'm like the feet ain't like that to be posting on there. To trying to hashtag no foot fetish shit, but you know I'm not a guy and I'm not a foot fetisher, but I don't think that's anything to be putting on there. They look like Flintstone feet to me, but whatever.
Well, I think hopefully this is the first and last time that we ever talk about foot fetishes on the boxing tours.
Yeah, but see that how sad is that we have
It's-
that it has come up because that's what they're bringing into women's boxing. How sad is that?
Yeah, they need to bring back Clarissa Shields, honestly.
Yeah, like bring her back.
Her fight just got
Let's
postponed.
get
Did you
this
see
right.
that?
What, an MMA joint?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever her next fight was, it just got postponed.
Yeah,
What?
man, they might as well go ahead and just make that fight with Savannah Marshall. Just go ahead and get that over with.
You know good and damn well Eddie Hearn is not making that fight. You need to stop it.
I know. Because ain't no way that they're gonna have Savannah Marshall lose early in her career like he's been setting up those other fighters over in the UK.
But you know what's funny though? You called it early in her career, but she went pro only a couple months after Shields. It's just
Yeah.
that they do the European thing. They slow walk you. You have this long amateur career beating up on teenagers, but yet you still having your hand held in the pros. Meanwhile, Clarissa Shields is undisputed in 2 weight divisions. Come on now.
Yep.
They hold us to a higher standard.
Yeah,
What do y'all think about the because I know you saw the tweets for Franchon Cruz, how she was kind of ranting about not getting fights and stuff like that. She's been pretty much put on the shelf for Golden Boy.
That's because that's another one too. Yeah, but that's another one too. They're redoing their contract with DAZN with China. They don't even know if they're going to extend them too. So if you notice that,
yeah, but no. How come she's put on the shelf and she
no?
has
But I'm
belts?
saying if you notice after this Virgil fight, because she beat that Mexican girl that they all wanted to win, that could be possible.
Yeah, and look,
what do we say, Alejandro? What's her name, man?
Alejandra.
Yeah, that's Alejandro Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Jimenez, yeah.
The one that
But you
talks like
see,
this.
yeah.
It's man.
As soon as I
The
heard
one
her
that looks
interview, I was
like,
like, she's on something. She's on something.
Listen,
But
I'm sorry,
no,
but she
what I was
looked
trying
like
to
who is it?
She looked like Jesse Vargas.
Maravilla. No, she looked like Maravilla.
Oh,
I'm
she looked like
sorry.
Sergio.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh
Yo,
my God. No, my point was that she's with Golden Boy and they put her on the shelf, but they're pushing someone like Sulem. She was coming off a loss, and then her next fight was a championship fight.
Well,
Yep.
in fairness to Golden Boy,
A title fight.
feel like they put her on the shelf. She was supposed to be on the Teofimo Cambosa's card.
Well, she's ranting for something.
Canceled.
She's ranting for something.
Well, because
I don't know if you saw her
giving her the
tweet.
fights.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
the
what
thing
I'm
is like she ain't put in a position to have another fight. Like we have Michael Hunter. he had his fight on Triller, the past weekend.
Yeah.
So, like, why isn't she in the fight?
Exactly. But
Well,
they put
she's
someone who's coming off of a loss in a title fight, but she who has the belts can't get no fights. Like they're not handling her right. And that's what she was like, I'm doing everything right, but I'm not, I'm still doing everything wrong. She was crying pretty much on Twitter about it.
well to me, I think these women fighters, they need to start manufacturing rivalries to get people more interested. Like, why isn't Fran John fighting Pretty Beast? Something like that.
Who is
Well,
Pretty
you know
Beast?
who I need to call for that,
Raquel,
but
Raquel
Raquel
Miller.
Miller.
Raquel Miller.
Well, when
Like,
was the
I
last
mean,
time
and
she
all of these,
came?
and all of them pretty much were in the fights in the amateurs. They were in like competitions for
Yeah,
like Olympic trials and everything. So like you had Raquel Miller, Clarissa Shields, Franchon Cruz, you
Tika
know,
Hemingway.
Tika Hemingway, like Queen Underwood. All of them were like all competing against each other.
And the
You
only
know,
ones that actually fought was Clarissa and Franchon.
and that was in their first fight.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. I don't
You
know.
know, but they can't like come up with or making these fights against each other in the pros. I mean that to me doesn't make that much sense. I don't see why they ain't doing it.
Yeah, it's not like there's a lot of women fighters. First of all, most people don't care about women boxing. Let's keep it real. A lot of people don't care. Not a lot of people pay to see it. You should be able to treat women's boxing like UFC. UFC,
Yep.
I think they're gonna have Connor versus Dustin Poirier Part 10. They just all recycle the same fighters and the same fights. That's how women's boxing should be. Let these girls keep fighting each other like a round robin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. I
They
mean
need
that's
something.
that's the best thing they
Because
could
you got
do
people
because
trying to sell their fake pictures and shit online, and they need something.
what was it they did the last thing with Clarissa Shields, they did what, an all female pay-per-view
Yeah,
in
I
that
bought
one.
Yeah,
that.
she's
Yeah, I
yeah, I
bought it.
did too.
You know.
But she has to do
Uh,
something because she can't. I don't think she don't have a Showtime deal no more, right?
Right.
No.
So she that was her pretty much putting that show herself, her promotion thing.
Well, she needs to do something. They need to bring Shields back. Because honestly, women's boxing is not interesting enough for me without Clarissa Shields. I don't care
Yeah,
about
but they
these
need to pay
chicks.
her. They need to pay her.
well,
She was
guess
getting
we
more than
gotta
anybody
guess we gotta
though.
get Dimitri Salita and get some answers, man. We need some answers from Dimitri Salita about that. What's
Yeah, he
going
dropped the
on?
ball. They gotta
Yeah.
stop signing with these bum promoters, man. No offense to Salita, but
But she resigned. She resigned with him.
yeah, it's just not working out.
But
It's
I
Well,
think
not
she's
working
happy
out,
with.
man.
I think she's happy with him because now he has her in the MMA thing and stuff like that. So she's happy with him.
yeah, just putting her in positions to where she wants to do her own thing or do whatever she wants. So
Yeah,
I mean, if
she seems happy.
that's what works for her, then more power to her on that one. But like we
Yeah,
were saying, I mean, you could have had all these good matchups happening, women's boxing, but they're just not, making the moves to do it.
but he got to get her fights.
Exactly.
You know.
Yep, but it's like what what other options are there? It's not like there's a deep class of fighters for her to fight. And the other fights that they tried to boost up for, they're like in lower weight classes. She's already went up to what, super middleweight and middleweight and all that. And the more marketable fights for her, all of those fighters are like at welterweight or lower. So, and she ain't going down to no 147. That ain't happening. So, I mean, what else is available to her? Like, if I check this thing for what, BoxRec, there's only like 36 fighters or 35 other fighters in her current division that she's in. So,
And most of them probably like 40 something years old. I be looking
well,
at these women divisions, yo, it be
yeah,
50-year-olds in this motherfucker. So it's not like it's so like big that you can't like rally everybody together. I just
yeah,
don't understand why women's boxing has such trouble gaining traction. You thought that with the rise of Clarissa Shields, that this was going to be the catalyst for women's boxing to not become mainstream, but at least to be taken more seriously.
you
And to
know,
me, it seems like it's going backwards.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you would have thought it would like get a boost, like how the women's soccer team got a boost when
Yeah,
June won. So, and they were able to get like pro leagues and all types of stuff with that off that momentum. But here with women's boxing having an American win 2 gold medals, and it just still didn't move the needle enough to have the sport grow. Not just like worldwide, but just in the United States too. So
yeah.
yeah, it's
Two
just
gold
crazy.
medals, two-time undisputed in different weight classes. The fastest to undisputed in boxing history, and she can't get a fight.
Can't get fight. Yeah.
Nope.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Can't get no fights, even though we've had like multiple fighters call her out, including Raquel Miller.
Yeah,
Who
hey,
who
you
is
remember
Raquel Miller
Raquel?
with? Like who's her promotion? Like who is she signed with? Because I feel like she hasn't fought in forever.
Like
Well,
she. Well, go
you're
ahead,
gonna have
man.
to talk to your boy about that, Jr. Your boy Charles, because he supposedly he was her new advisor. He was gonna get her all these big fights. He brought her on the show. We talked to her. She was talking that good talk. That was 2 years ago, and she
Yeah,
Well,
still ain't
what?
fight
yeah,
since.
yeah. That was 2 years
She
ago.
still ain't fight since.
Wow. Yeah, I'm like I don't remember hearing
Like
about a
she was
fight in
supposed to,
forever.
like she had like a interim title, and she was supposed to fight the WBA champ, in
Yeah,
that weight class, and that fight has never materialized or anything like that. You
yeah, but
know,
even
Wow.
even she's 36.
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's just wild how you got like all of these fighters that are there and available, but just still not fighting. And I'm like, y'all could have had this thing starting and going, especially over this past year, they could have set these fights up, you know, like have them be part of these cards, but they still didn't do that. That's wild.
Yeah, to
You
me,
know,
women's boxing is just like women's basketball. To make money, you got to go overseas because nobody cares here.
like the
It's
WNBA
true
has
though.
been
It's
in
true.
existence for over 25 years, and maybe still hasn't like moved the needle as much as they thought it would. So
Yeah, but how much of that is Clarissa Shields' fault? Because one thing I'm not gonna say that I don't like about her, because I love Clarissa Shields, but she has been very dismissive of these girls that want to fight her if she feels like they're not on her level. And to me, you got to do the Floyd thing, build up your opponent, make people interested in these people fighting you, and then whoop their ass. So you remember Tika Hemingway wanted to fight her. Oh, that fat bitch need to lose some weight first. Like she wanted to be fighting like she need to lose some motherfucking weight. That fat bitch, I'll fuck that fat bitch up. Well, now nobody wants to see that
see,
fight.
yeah, see,
And Tika
and
trained by
now
Roy Jones.
Roy
You would
Jones,
think
yeah,
that would get people interested.
Yep.
but nope. Clarissa Shields just immediately dismiss her. It's like the only fighter that Clarissa Shields likes is Franchon, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody else, she's like, oh, not in my league. She shouldn't even be in the ring with me. I don't even know why y'all talking about this girl.
Exactly. If you got it like that, then do a Joe Louis bum in a month club.
Or at least something. But at least, get in there and, get in there and fight. That's the thing about it. What are you going to do? Just sit there and be on the shelf? You probably, she could probably end up having a instance where she's not going to be in the ring for another 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
And that's not good for her, and that's not good for the sport.
Yeah.
But you'll see how that goes. But next up, man, you're looking forward to. Well, I don't know about you, Matt, because you don't like any fighters under 147 pounds, with the exception of Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Let's go, baby.
So he's got his thing coming up here. Going
I
up
want to know
against
who's running his
Casimero.
account.
Well, who's running his account?
His Twitter account.
It's him running his account.
You think so?
Yeah.
Of course.
Because he's been sending people to hell.
Hey, listen, you think Twitter ain't got no translator? Come on
Yeah,
now.
that's true. Because
No,
didn't he
no.
send little...
Rigo uses it. Not Rigo. The other dude uses a translator. Ugas. You could tell he uses a translator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
that's
said
Ugas
he
sees
got
translator.
he got a whole song verse to freaking translate. That's what he uses to translate. It's just be paragraph. He used every character for his tweet.
But how do we think Rigo versus Casimero is gonna go?
Well, Casimero said that he says that he can make it an easy fight, and then he just wants Rigondeaux to have some guts and be the exciting fighter that he's shown recently. I'm like, okay, but like I just think that like Rigo will have more power than Casimero expects, and it's gonna just throw off his whole game plan early, and then Rigo's gonna dominate late.
Is it gonna be an exciting fight? Because that's what everybody always cries about. His fights are like boring.
I don't
Well,
find Rigo boring.
But you don't be
yeah,
seeing boxing Twitter always talk about that.
yeah,
It ain't
Boston
so much
people,
that he's
Boston Twitter
boring.
calls it warm, but I
Grandpa
like it.
is on his account.
Huh?
Grandpa wife who uses the account. I don't know. J-Rose saying somebody grandpa.
Nah, it says this wife is using the account. Oh, so it's almost like a situation with Donaire. So Donaire's right runs his account. So he's saying that Rigo's wife runs the account. Oh man, who knows? But yeah, like Casimiro, it looks like he's trying to look ahead past this fight and thinks he's gonna, beat Rigondeaux, and then he wants to fight Donaire, talking about Donaire's a coward. And I'm like, listen, I think Rigondeaux's gonna beat him pretty soundly. I think it's gonna be if it's gonna go 12, it's gonna be a wide decision win for Rigondeaux. I just don't think that Casimiro is going to be good enough in this particular fight. So that's how I got on that one. And you had, of course, Gary Antonio Russell on this channel here, the YouTube channel earlier. He was talking about this fight against Emmanuel Rodriguez. That's going to be a key fight for him because he's still, he's up there amongst like the top, I'd say easily a top 10 fighters in the bantamweight division, and he's going to be put in position to fight for a world title real soon. So, he gets this fight against Rodriguez and gets that win, then, he'll move on to, either final eliminator fight, or he'll be put in for a title shot, And this is already like an interim title for WBA interim title. So that's going to be a key fight for him. So
Which one?
Yeah, right for that.
Which way he work? Which way he fight at? 122.
118.
118. He's bantamweight. This is all bantamweight card. It's all bantamweight cards. So you got the thing with Rigondeaux-Casimero. You got Russell there against Rodriguez, and you're gonna have Rashay Warren in this fight card against Damian Vasquez. So it's all bantamweight fights.
Any of them niggas fight anyway. That's all I really care about.
Nah.
Well, who anyway don't have shit going on.
Wake me up when he fight. Anyway.
Well, good luck waking up because anyway, he's not going to be put in a position to fight many other fighters except for maybe Donaire. I think that's going to be his only avenue of having another fight in the bantamweight division, and they're considering moving him up to super bantamweight, and I'm like, nah, I don't think he should go up to super bantamweight because if he got his eye cracked by Donaire in 2019, like imagine what could happen up there at at super bantamweight for him. That wouldn't be a good look.
I mean, so what's the alternative though? But what's the alternative?
Well, Top Rank hasn't done anything for him. They haven't signed anybody in and around his weight class for him to fight. So if I kind of feel like they're not really doing anything with him. They still have nothing announced for him.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the thing about it is like he could have. I'm still trying to figure out why he moved up to 118 when there were still about 3 or 4 fights that he could have had at 115.
Hey, I've been saying that. Don't get me started.
And it almost just seems like he just chose to move up to 118 because he didn't want to be part of that whole thing. With all of those fighters that are out there.
He was shut out, wasn't he?
I don't know about that. I don't know if he could be shut out,
J-Ro, click the link. J-Ro, click the link. Why am I getting an echo? Y'all hear my echo?
Nah. Oh. I'm not getting it. So let me see if we could get here, somebody else joining here in the conversation. I'll repost the link here on the live cast. There we go. So want to add in one other contributor here to the Boxing Machine. Wait. J-Ro in the building. Yo,
how y'all doing?
We all good here, man.
All right. Let's talk about this 115. It's not that he didn't want to get in there; it's that they wouldn't allow him in there. Look at it right now with Ioka. Consider Ioka. He can't get inside that round robin that they have in the WBC. It's been Quadras, Sisake since 2014. That's when they first fought. And they're fighting again in September or October. It's been Chocolatito, Estrada, Sisake, Quadras. It's been those 4 fighting each other. They're not letting nobody else in. They didn't want to let Inoue in. They don't want to let Ioka in. Chocolatito was supposed to fight Inoue, but then he got knocked out by Sisake. Inoue not a super flyweight. He's a legit middleweight. He couldn't wait and make the weight. He had to move up. He had to move up because he couldn't make the weight. He tried to get a unification with Conjas, the IBF champion. They turned it down 3 times. Sean Gibbons. I messaged him daily about turning down Inoue 3 times. Jafai, Cal Jafai, the WBA champion at the time, turned Inoue down for Superfly 2. So he moved up.
See?
And then we talk about the broken orbital bone, right? Everybody brings this up. Every single time. Inoue moving up, or how good Inoue? Oh, he got his eye socket broken. Nobody brings up what round he got his eye socket broken. Round 2. He got his eye. Then Joe Saunders got his eye socket broken. What happened? He went to the corner and said, "No more. Get me the hell out of here." Inoue fought for 10 more rounds and won 8 out of those 10 other rounds. What are we talking about that he can't go to 122 and hang with this guy?
Wow,
There you go. There's your answer.
you should be doing PR for NUA, man. That was excellent PR. The way you mansplained 115. Everybody has an excuse of why they can't get the fights
Wait a minute.
done.
Okay. How come Katsuyoka can't get it? Tell me right now.
He could have fought Rat King
When?
before he decided to go into the WBSS.
No, Katsuyoka. I'm telling you right now. Katsuyoka. How come he can't get in right now?
Say that again?
Katsuyoka, the WBO champion. How come he can't get inside it right now?
Why he can't get NUA?
No, why he can't get Chocolatito, Rat King, Estrada? He's the WBO 115 champ, 4 division
Okay,
champion.
maybe he
Ioka.
doesn't want to fight them.
He
Maybe
called out.
the
He called out Estrada.
WBO. No, maybe the WBO doesn't want them to fight them. You see how the WBO be playing these funny games talking about, well, we're not recognizing this guy unless he drops his title.
They're not
He has
recognizing
to
the
be
secondary title.
classified by the WBO.
They're not recognizing the secondary title. They're not recognizing the world title. They only recognize the super title. But again, Ioka called out Estrada. Estrada said, "Nah, I'm gonna fight Rat King. I'm gonna fight Chocolatito, because that's where the money is right now. They don't want to fight these other guys."
Yeah, but here's the thing. NUA is with ESPN.
Okay.
NUA is one of the most popular fighters in Japan, correct?
I agree. Go ahead.
So there should not be a case where fighters are fighting other guys and it's more lucrative.
I agree.
NUA should be the most lucrative guy to fight in these divisions.
Yes.
So what's the problem?
Ask Casimiro. Casimiro has an article in Boxing Scene. Oh, when I get through with Rigondeaux, I want to fight Donaire. He didn't mention Inoue at all. Just want to fight him. So he has it's either move up to 122 or just fight bums at 118. Well, hopefully
the only other option he has is a rematch with Donaire.
It's a rematch with Donaire. And we'll see. I think right now, because they're going to see what they're going to have to do in Japan. Right now that the Olympics are wrapping up, I think we're about to hear what's next for Inoue. Because under Top Rank's contract, it was the first 2 fights. He was supposed to be fighting 3 times a year. But because of the pandemic, it killed those plans. Y'all forget that he signed to fight Casimiro.
Before the whole lockdown thing. Yeah. It was supposed to be
but how could you mention him signing to fight Casimiro, but then 2 seconds earlier you claiming that Casimiro didn't want to fight him?
Well, I guess the landscape changed because look, now that Donaire has a title and it's easy to make because he's with Schaefer. Schaefer has a relationship with Heyman. They can move around those 2 titles. I think though, if Donaire fights Inoue, if they fight a rematch at the end of the year and Inoue beats Donaire again and he gets 3 titles, I think Casimiro will have no other option, or Rigondeaux will have no other option.
Who would y'all rather see, Donaire rematch or the winner of Rigondeaux Casimiro?
I want to see the winner.
I want to see both of them.
Yeah, I already saw
There's
the
no reason
Donaire.
why we can't get both.
Yeah, there's no reason, but I already saw the rematch. I already saw Donaire. We already saw it. We saw what happened. What's going to change in the rematch?
Yeah, I want to see the Rigondeaux-Casimiro winner.
Yeah, I want the winner.
Anyway.
But I think the cats at 122, though, I think those cats, like Stephen Fulton has mentioned Inoue in every interview he does. Damn near. Fulton wants Inoue. I think Fulton will fight Inoue.
You know what, though? I think if Inoue does move up, he would fight MJ off the rip. He could probably fight MJ off the rip.
I think so. As well.
And he could, at least with that one, he could win. I think he would win that one. You know,
but why would Eddie Hearn make that fight?
Why not?
If he can, but the whole thing is, as long as Inoue is with Top Rank, you think Aaron's gonna have anything to do with Eddie Hearn right now? That motherfucking guy.
Because of Teofimo?
Well,
No, because of the
maybe
Fury
more than that.
Joshua situation.
The Fury shit? Could be.
Yeah, but it's more. Yeah, that the Fury Joshua situation, the situation with uh Lomachenko and Devin Haney, like all of that. Like we really haven't like seen them work together in a sense since the Ramirez fight unification. He had with that he had over in Texas. So outside of that, y'all ain't gonna see them two working with each other. Very soon.
Maybe.
Ain't gonna happen. So that Ramirez Hooker fight, that's probably like one of the last ones you're gonna see in a while. Where those two are gonna work with each other.
But I also don't think Top Rank cares about Inoue. I think they just signed him. So I don't think they're worried about making his fights like. If they can, I think they'll put him in another network. If the other platform wants to pay it, I think Aaron will send him out because I don't think Aaron cares about Inoue like that. Aaron doesn't see Inoue like he sees a Lomachenko or even a Crawford for that matter.
Well, that's the weird part about it because I mean, many do consider Inoue as the best pound for pound fighter out there.
But
And
you remember when he
telling me that
signed him?
he can't-
I told you
did
what
he
he
say?
signed him for, though, right, J-Ro?
Yeah. But the casino, he wanted the gamblers.
Yeah, I mean that was a good investment for what his plan was to do with him, but COVID messed everything up.
Yep.
Because getting those gamblers in Las Vegas, that's all, especially them Japanese gamblers. They love they love playing baccarat, and they would play for hours and hours and hours and spend big money. So yeah, I understand what the play was, but COVID messed it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can't just say, "Oh, we're gonna attract Japanese gamblers."
No, that was a big part. You got to understand, he signed a deal with the casino out there. That was a big
I
reason.
get what you're saying.
That
but
was a big
you
reason
also-
behind it. That was like a considering factor, big factor in it.
Yeah, but you also have to have fighters in and around his weight class for him to fight. You can't just rely on anybody to be fighting mandatories all the damn time.
No, but to Lefty's plan, that was the plan. That's why they had the Casimiro unification, and they had it on the weekend of the NFL draft.
Yeah,
in Vegas. That was supposed to happen in Vegas, the NFL draft that weekend, and the Casimiro unification.
So, yeah, I understand the play. It just got messed up. They got to figure something else out.
Maybe they could send Josh Greer and put Josh Greer in the ring with him.
And I think that's why I actually do think that's why they got Josh Greer versus Jason Maloney on the
That's
undercard.
so trash. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
God.
but understand this: Josh Greer would really be the. I mean, we know what Josh Greer is, but he's about the most recognizable name outside of Donaire that anyway has fought. Well, I would even say the most recognizable name in America that he's fought. He's been on ESPN, he's been on Showtime, he's been on the TV a lot, which could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. But I agree with Matt that it's not going to be a competitive fight. But if Greer beats Maloney, I think that's going to be the play.
Look, and let's keep this a buck. Anytime another, like, besides Mexican, because it's known, but anytime another minority knocks out or beats up a black person, people start taking them serious. They don't take them serious until they beat a black person. Am I telling the truth?
Well, I don't know if that's
Am I telling the truth? Anytime a motherfucker start taking them serious when they beat up, I'm not saying Mexicans because they used to Mexicans and Latinos beating up, blacks and Latinos going back and forth. But when a person beat up, like a white dude beat up a black dude or one Eastern European, it's like, okay, he's serious now. I'm telling you what America is thinking.
Yeah, but we don't know that with the lower weight classes because honestly, Americans don't care about the lower weight classes. That's more of a Latino Asian thing.
That's part. That's part of promoting. Intangible says Maloney will likely stop Greer, which is the issue. True?
Yeah, you could. But I don't think there's something to that because I think Rafael Marquez became kind of a household name here because he was always known as former Marquez little brother, but he really became somewhat headlining cards after he knocked out Tim Austin, who's from Cincy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. it's a pattern. You wanna build them up. That's what America. I mean, just the psyche of America. They think, okay, this is really a black person sport. So somebody could beat up a black person, they good. That's what I'm just telling you. What I've always felt.
That's why they like Luka.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like the
you don't see nobody
like
screaming Scalabrine for MVP
or Larry Bird. So
yeah,
that's why they gravitate towards him. See, that's why they wanted to see Luka in the gold medal game against the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to play into that, especially when promoting in boxing. You got to play into that type of shit. In my opinion.
Yeah, especially I agree because boxing is a very nationalistic, racial sport, man.
Yeah. So
as long as you don't do it disrespectfully, ain't nothing wrong with it. Shit, they got Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalries.
Yep. So I mean, they could promote it right, then it ends up being lucrative, So, but I mean, right now it doesn't look like it's gonna. You really have that many options for it in a way, at least at bantamweight.
No,
I agree with you, Intangible. Intangible says Greer's on an awful streak of momentum. He lost to Planaya.
True, Edward Rodriguez.
Yep, that is
Rodriguez
true.
Fight. Wasn't Shakur Stevenson in his corner for that fight against Edward Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, he didn't look like he was, doing much of nothing in that fight, and they still ended up giving him a draw. So he's gonna be this is gonna be I feel it's gonna be a real tough battle for him. Come Saturday too. But I mean, that's like I don't even know about this card either, man. Like Franco Maloney and then Barbosa Jr. versus Antonio Moran and Jason Maloney, Josh Bridges.
I don't give a shit about that card.
Like that is man. See, and
you gonna be watching the Rigondeaux?
Oh yeah.
Hey, but no, Franco Maloney was a good bubble main event. You know what I mean? When it
was a good COVID bubble fight.
Yeah, but it's not a headlining fight. It's not a main event.
I seen somebody say today they was like, this is turned out to be a great trilogy. I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
No, this is not a main event fight. This is like an opener. You know what I'm saying? Like something.
Yeah. But because the first two ended in controversy, right? How did the first? I remember how the second one ended. How did the first one end?
The first one ended with an upset. Franco upset Maloney.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all thing I know is that if this was a PBC card, this shit would have been open in the telecast.
I don't know. After that main event they put on Saturday.
Yeah.
No, that's white boy summer. Fox is different. Fox is that's the PBC cracker channel.
Oh wow.
Fox, they turned to Fox News boxing. That's basically
word.
Oh man.
No, but Matt is right though, because Gary Antonio Russell versus Manuel Rodriguez is a much better fight than this, and that's the co-main for Showtime.
It's co-main, yeah. And they've had a few cards where you get like good fights or either knockouts. It ends up ending in a knockout, like that Davis Santa Cruz pay-per-view. They had like knockouts or stoppages on every fight for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And you had like a couple other ones too that ended up being really good. So I'm like, it looks like Top Rank has been dropping the ball when it comes to matchmaking, because this is a real struggle here, man. It's a real struggle for me, just to be honest, because they could have had some.
I watch those Top Rank fights maybe on the following Monday after I finish up watching those Cassius Claney club shows. I'm watching the DAZN and Showtime cards. Intangible said that. I didn't know Cassius Claney was what happened to his momentum. I mean, I don't want to turn this into a Cassius Claney source, but I remember he had a little bit of momentum going for a minute, didn't he?
Is he the one that knocked out the dude that had his ass crack out?
Yeah, if I'm mistaken. He's with main events, right?
Yeah, with main events, Duva. Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, Duva. Uh, so there's that. But yeah, PBC they just had like good cards. Oh, the one with Subriel Matias and Jacques Jukambayev with the Donaire on the Donaire Ubali
Yeah,
fight
that was
card.
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Yeah,
And see the thing about it, like that card, a lot of those fights should be on Fox. You know, the Lord, not like that card we just saw, the
like
co-main event, Fox and May Astray, whatever his name is. That they could have swapped one of them cards out with a card that's on this weekend and put one of them on Fox. Much better fights.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think I don't know like how it works with their deals between Fox and Showtime, but it just looks like Steven Espinoza is more hungry towards getting those type of matchups on Showtime.
Honestly, it looks like Fox is more focused on the pay-per-view side of the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. So they're just looking to bringing in that Pacquiao Spence, potentially the you might have what is it? Nah, not the rematch between Thurman and Porter because I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna end up happening with that. But you also had a thing, of course, when they did the Wilder Fury. So yeah, they really focused.
We got
on,
under 3
doing,
weeks. We got under 3 weeks. I mean, under 2 weeks, I should say.
Yeah, it's under 2 weeks for that, Pacquiao Spence. So there's that. And the thing is, now you got the the opening for building up Wilder Fury 3 since you're not going to have Canelo Plant on September 18th. That whole thing was that was a complete mess. It looked like 2019 all over again with Canelo.
Yeah, and you can't blame Oscar this time.
But they not going. I don't think they'd go that fast. But so now that that's coming back up, do you scrape? Do you say, well, we're gonna go with Canelo and we'll wait for Sean and Bud? Do that later?
Absolutely not.
No.
Porter versus Crawford is a better matchup than
I agree.
Canelo versus Plant.
I agree. But I'm saying you run into they keep saying they want to have it November or October. October's already Wilder Fury. So November, possibly
I bet you
Bud Porter.
Showtime won't mind doing that
November.
fight.
That's what. Well, if they're gonna have Bud versus Porter, it's gonna be in November. But thing about it is that with the whole thing with the contract going, happening, does this mean that like if they push the fight past October, and then Crawford has the fight in November and he ends up winning, does that mean he'll be stuck in another contract with Top Rank?
That's a good question.
That's the thing about if they're going to actually go forward and try to make that fight. But the thing about it is, we've heard multiple times over that one side has been trying to make that fight, and it's been kind of like put on the back burner, or they kind of like put it aside. So having that being brought up now, that's kind of weird. And what is it? It's going to be what? A couple days after Pacquiao versus Spence when the purse bid is supposed to be happening?
I think it's August 20th, the day before.
Or the day before. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be the Friday before the fight. That's gonna be wild if that happens. They actually get to a purse bid, that would be something. But I gotta see if that's and I'm gonna confirm that date if that's gonna be the 20th. So
What's taking them so long to announce Boots' date?
I think Boots is fighting on that September 11th card.
Yeah. I think he's opening the show.
What's taking those Boots so funny every time, every day on Twitter? He's rounds in the bag. Just got
rounds in the bag. I've dropped 5 miles. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well, what was the opponent?
I don't think that's been said yet, right? Has that been talked about?
No, not the opponent.
Not the opponent, no.
I mean, because if he's constantly training like this, then I mean, he's for sure going. You know,
What weight is he fighting?
Huh?
What weight is he gonna fight? Because I thought he was gonna I thought he was gonna move up just for one fight and then come back down.
I think he was trolling.
Oh, okay.
When he posted the picture, yeah, he was trolling. But
yeah,
James
he was there.
You mentioned the opponent, James. I forgot the dude's name you mentioned though. That possibly.
Oh, but that was like for if it was going to be for IBF eliminator though. You know, because it could be against Cuchillo. But that's the thing. If they put him in there like against Cuchillo and that's like an IBF eliminator, that might be like a final eliminator.
Hold on, what's his full name?
Who, Cuchillo Abdulkakarov?
Let me see. Because this one dude that be covering the Eastern European fighters, he says one of them dudes next fight is coming up.
Well, it might end up being Abdulkakarov.
He said Ali Akhmedov.
Oh, Ali Akhmedov.
That ain't the same guy?
Nah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. That's not it. So
I'm very interested to see who Boots is gonna fight though, because he put on that great performance in his last fight against Lipin Yates. No steps back. You cannot take a step back in opponent. You gotta keep it pushing. You gotta get this guy in the world title picture.
yeah.
Who was the last guy that the guy that you just named fought? So I could look him up on BoxTrack.
Abdulkakarov? Is it Louis Collazo? Was it Collazo that he fought?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that's what his last fight was.
Or on ESPN. I remember he fought on ESPN because he was a Top Rank fighter, and Top Rank recently cut him and PBC signed him.
Stupid.
Okay, yeah, because he was supposed to be Earl Spence mandatory.
He is Earl Spence mandatory.
He is.
Yeah,
they said I don't know how, but it was like the Obara fight like had made him the mandatory.
Yeah.
So that's how it became the IBF mandatory.
All right, I'm asking this dude if he heard anything.
So then if Boots fights him and beats him as an eliminator, Boots is Spence mandatory?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
But you never know with these sanctioned bodies.
But that's the crazy part about it, because when's the last time Errol Spence had fought his IBF mandatory?
Ocampo? Was it Ocampo?
Yeah,
Ocampo. So
he got extension for that car accident.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He probably got that exemption. So even if he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, it ended up being a unification. He still got exempted, but who knows? Maybe after this fight they'll see about calling the mandatory. But that only is the case if they don't have Abdulkakarov in the fight. So we'll see. I think it should be Boots against Abdulkakarov in that September 11th card.
I hope so.
Dude, that'd be a great card. So,
that one would be set up real nice if they end up doing that.
Yeah, but that's going to happen in California, right? Or have you picked a venue yet? Yeah, California.
Yeah, it's going to be in California.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, that's like an East Coast card, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, it looks like everything is shutting down over here again.
Is it again?
Yeah, because they're saying that you're not allowed to go to any type of establishments unless you can provide proof of vaccination.
Proof of vaccination.
Dude, they don't care about that over here.
And I don't know if they're really pushing for that over there.
No, it's starting on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
You can't go to no bars, no restaurants, no venues.
Ooh.
So your karaoke night is off.
It's over, bro.
Yo.
You know, motherfuckers. They gonna hear to that shit for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then they be like, fuck all
Matt,
that.
No, the city is broke.
Yo, Matt, that's
No, I'm
really
saying
gonna-
people gonna check for like 1 or 2 weeks, and then they gonna be like, fuck all that. We going back to
Nah,
whatever.
the city is broke. They're gonna have enforcement out heavy at all these bars and restaurants.
Oh man, but what about like
so it's gonna be stop and frisk except for everybody.
venues
Yeah.
or like residences, because they're supposed to get a good amount of business come Labor Day weekend, and
Nah, it's over, bro.
Oh man, yo,
Because they shut down the New York Auto Show.
wow.
So honestly, it looks like that Triller event was the last big event
boy.
that's gonna be in
I
New
was
York
planning
for a
on
while.
going up. I was planning on going up to New York City for Labor Day weekend. They were going to have some events out there.
I mean, but they could still do it in Philly. I don't understand why they wouldn't do it in Philly with boots on the undercard. Take it to Philly.
Well, that's what I was asking Tom from Philly, who's like the Philly guy on Twitter. Does Philly buy tickets? Because it makes no sense that this fight is not on the East Coast.
Yeah, and the thing is like they while I was over at Bosie's gym, Fulton was talking about that, like having him and Boots be part of a fight card in Philadelphia. And having like as many guys from Philly be part of that card as possible. And I don't see like how they can't really make that possible there through either Tom Brown or Steven Espinosa or anything like that, as far as like, or who other matchmakers that they have. They could just have those guys be on there. You know what I mean? Especially now since Paul Crawl was taken off that event on July 31st.
Yeah, that would be a banger if they put him in. He from Philly too, right?
Yeah.
He's from Pittsburgh, I think.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Yeah, because that's where Robbie know him from. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, man, y'all could have had like a whole card, man, of Philly fighters, and it would have been you put it on Showtime and put it in the Philly. You could put it in Wells Fargo Center or something like that, and that thing would be packed. That thing would definitely be packed. Hey Matt, you might be able to ask your question this time around. Let's see what we got. My guy Mike is on right now, checking in from Atlanta. So Mike, what you think about the Fox card that was on Saturday night?
Stop it. You know damn well Mike Grady ain't watching none of those goddamn fights.
I watched it.
This guy's lying. He's lying.
I wasn't paying attention, but I had the TV on. And I saw most of the fight where the dude got cheated. Was he like Dominican? What was he? The dude, he looked sort of black, but I don't think he was black.
No, Michael Fox, man.
Michael Fox, yeah.
Oh, he black?
Yeah, Michael Fox, son.
Hey, you know them light-skinned dudes. It's hard to tell.
Oh, man. No, man, he's from this area, man. He's from the DMV area.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Hey, I live on the lower east side of the states.
Mike Grady think Drake is Puerto Rican.
He perm his hair like he do. But I saw most of the fights. I saw the headlines about the judge as well, the lady judge who seemed to be having an aversion towards certain groups of people who particularly judge the fight.
She hate niggas? Is that what you said?
I mean, I'm not gonna say that on air, but yeah.
Like I said, man, she should be banned from judging.
For real.
it ever. Like permanent ban. Should be a whole permanent ban for her, man. Like,
Yeah,
come
that's
on,
just
yo.
crazy what's going on with that.
So what y'all thought about the fight? Do y'all think he did get cheated?
I ain't
Yeah.
watched that shit.
Yeah.
No, he did. He did.
Like,
You
I
said you didn't
mean,
watch it, Matt?
I don't know. I ain't watched that shit, man.
like, I mean, like Michael Fox, like he caught him with a very good left hook while Mike Shay was coming in the second round and knocked him down. But pretty much like most of the fight was just Michael Fox just controlling the pace with his jab, and then Maestro just got I just thought he got a little bit frustrated in the second half of the fight, and he really didn't do that much in the second half of the fight, to really like make the fight really that close. But for some reason, that judge scored round 5 through round 12 for Gabriel Maestre, and I'm like, man.
Well, we know the reason.
Yeah, we know the reason now.
We know the reason.
Yeah. I mean,
But
now we
what
know
was
the
crazy
reason.
was as
But
soon as it came out, everybody started saying what they already knew ahead of time. Like, why did y'all wait to say this?
yeah, like
You know?
what
Yeah,
would have
that's
been
what pisses me off. Everybody says, "Oh, we knew the fix was in." Well, motherfucker, y'all should have told Michael Fox before the fight
yeah, I
started.
should have told Michael Fox before he signed on to fight him.
Word. Maybe he could got a little bit more money, and he'll be okay with getting screwed.
Yeah, like at least he would be able to get more money off the back end, or something. But yeah, I mean, he comes in as a replacement fighter for Cody Crowley, and then he puts pretty much like he has one of the best performances that he's had in his career. And he came off a loss to Luke Santa Maria from last year. So it was like,
and he probably won that fight too, by the way.
And that's the bad part about it. He had another card where Rudy Berrigan scored it like 99 to 90 in favor of Santa Maria.
I know.
So that's like two consecutive fights, man. Like, come on, son. That's the crazy part about it.
But but again, there's some scorecards where it's just incompetence. And it's not good, but it's whatever. But to me, this one was different, man. This is not incompetence. This was just straight corruption.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jero.
Yeah.
Because we're all focused on this woman judge, but there were 2 other judges that also scored the fight for the Venezuelan quid. Do you believe all 3 scorecards
all
are
3
corrupt?
Yes, because one of the other judge is also a WBA judge from Venezuela.
Let me see. Ooh, Mariano?
Yes.
All right. So Mariano had scored from the 5th round to the 12th round, all but 1 for Gabriel Maestre.
Wow.
Yes. And he's another WBA official from Venezuela. WBA sponsors Maestre. Maestre was doing their little WBA shows that they do over there in South America. They had a WBA photographer working Maestre's corner. This dude is a WBA fighter.
Wow.
With 2 WBA.
They said the photographer was working.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
This was not a person not knowing how to score or a bad angle or just a wacky scorecard. This was corruption.
Yeah.
They had this set up. Dude, they're trying to go in there with skin gloves.
Yep.
Yeah, this is mad. Yo, let's bring in another one to come into the talk here, live boxing talk with the boxing source, Intangible. What's going on?
Nothing too much. It's about 10 p.m. for me. Had a tiring day. Looking forward to these weekend's fights, really. That's it.
What fight are you looking most forward to?
Casimero Rigondeaux. I think the best card top to bottom is probably Golden Boys, but I think Showtime's main event is the best without a doubt, because that fight has it almost has bizarre intrigue with an inactive old fighter who still is dangerous, who's still extremely savvy and experienced, and a young guy coming off of a bit of momentum who's been outboxed, who's lost before, and has a little bit of uncertainty and inconsistency about him. And while the worst card is easily Fight Camp, so yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot Fight Camp was this week too.
Yeah, but this weekend of fights that they have for Fight Camp, like it ain't even really worth mentioning. So
What's the name? What's it?
so that's like, man, I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing too, though. The Golden Boy thing, headline, by Virgil Ortiz against Gidzis Kavaliauskas. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting bout.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that one because last week Virgil Ortiz tweeted out Fight Week.
Yeah.
So I almost forgot about that one. I was like Wednesday by the time I realized he meant next week.
The undercard is very good though because you have a very good trilogy actually. Rene Alvarado versus Roger Gutierrez, genuinely going to be a good fight. And the last fight was a war where Rene Alvarado got dropped 3 times. It still made a very good fight of it and lost in an upset. And then you have Wilfredo Mendez defending his title in a fight that he could potentially lose against Carlos Buitrago, and also the brother of Rene Alvarado, Felix Alvarado, making a defense against Eric Lopez, who's improved a lot over recent years. So it's an undercard full of a lot of, except for maybe the Mendez fight, the entire card should be full of like very good action-packed fan-friendly fights.
Yeah, Golden Boys putting on some great cards after they've been putting on some great cards. So
they may not have the deepest stable compared to some others, but their matchmaking is excellent.
Yeah, they've been putting on some very good cards.
Yeah, they have like a very good thing for like doing the matchmaking on there for Golden Boy.
It'd be nice if they like you, they gonna do right by you. It's just the ones that they don't really mess with, like Prince Sean Cruz and Rashidi Ellis.
Yeah, Rashidi Ellis. Yeah. So that's the thing about it, is that they really don't put them in position for those type of fights that could really build them up.
Yeah, because they could have been building really Ortiz versus Rashidi Ellis.
Yep.
They wouldn't even have to look outside for Ortiz after this fight. Because after this fight, they probably going to start looking outside for him, looking outside the Golden Boys stable.
Yeah, because you already got this with Kavaliauskas, so they're gonna be like, what else could what other options they could have for Virgil Ortiz? They still wanted to see about him potentially fighting Terrence Crawford, but I don't really see that happening for him. So I don't know.
Yeah, the crazy part is, Rashidi Ellis is coming off of the best victory of his career against Alexis Rocha, a fight where some predicted him to lose. A very hard fight against a 14-0 prospect.
Yeah.
Alexis Rocha was already back in the ring in June on the Sarameta post-liminaries, Munguia Sarameta card, and back in the ring months before Ellis has even been in talks to fight anyone. So
yeah, but Rocha was supposed to be the guy that wins. That's what you not understanding. When the right guy doesn't win, he's not gonna get the push that he's supposed to. Same thing happened with Rigo when he beat the hell out of Donito Donaire. They put him up against Eggbeko, who's not a really exciting fighter. Instead of feeding him, Top Rank know how to match make. Like, come on, man. They know how to put you in with fighters that people care about, but they pick and choose when to do it.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they end up trying to make a rematch between Ellis and Rocha.
They did it with Ellis and what's his name? Gomez? Was it Gomez?
Fast Eddie Gomez.
Yeah. They did that with him. He knocked him out in the first round, and then they did a rematch, and Ellis was still out for a year.
Yeah, so it just looks like they really setting up Setting up Rashidi Ellis, man. I'm like, come on, he's there at 23-0. You mean to tell me that y'all can't get fights for the kid?
Well, hopefully he can get out of his contract.
Shit,
Yeah.
Ellis versus the dude that Virgil just beat, the country boy from Top Rank. I mean from
Maurice
Bomac.
Hooker?
Yeah, Maurice Hooker. Yeah.
Dude, you can't have Ellis. This is Cobbs, Blair Cobbs. That's an
Yeah. I forgot all about Blair Cobbs. Yeah.
Yeah, Cobbs just came off of beating Brad Solomon. I gotta say, I actually enjoyed Blair Cobbs a little bit on commentary for the Jojo Diaz Fortuna card, and obviously Zerto was on it too.
Well, no, Golden Boy can make fights for Ellis. They just don't want to make fights for him. They should just let him go.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna
like they let Castillo go. Why they holding on to him? Shit.
Yeah.
That's what I don't be understanding. If you don't believe in the guy, then let him go.
Let him go.
Well,
Because
that's the
he
thing.
still
They
hasn't lost
want to
yet.
set him up to lose to someone so that they can just make the
Exactly.
excuse
Yeah.
that he wasn't that good anyways. So that's what they're going to try to do, most likely.
it's pretty much like they pretty much gonna try to set him up or something like that, and then just have him in like a real tough fight against a sloppy type fighter or something like that that they feel like he has trouble with, and they'll end up losing like a controversial decision or something. So that's how that's gonna end up, man. Or it could possibly end up that way. So hopefully Ellis does get himself out of that particular contract, man, because that's gonna be a bad look for him if they keep him on the shelf for a long time there, man. I know that like in a couple of weeks they had a thing for Pacquiao Spence, but like that's probably the only match that anyone would probably be remotely interested in that card. And I'm like, how do y'all go from the momentum of having a Pacquiao versus Spence, and then this undercard that you put together is like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with y'all, man?
Can I be honest? I'm really, really looking forward to Guerrero versus Ortiz. Honest to God.
Is it a loser lead sound match?
I mean, listen,
No,
I
it's
get
just
both of them
two
are
washed
shots,
guys. Yeah.
but that's intriguing to me. Two fighters that are shot. One guy coming off of like rape allegations. Robert Guerrero coming out of retirement after almost losing to Aaron Martinez and getting iced by Omar Figueroa. I'm sorry. This is going to be good, I think. Someone's probably going to get iced and be forced to retire. It's going to be nice.
Well, maybe if it was, part of the contract for that the loser has to retire for good, like how they have in wrestling matches, loser leaves town, or that Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair retirement match or something. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe you had that, and Matt, what was it? Matt kind of like saw that Mike Sayo versus Julio Ceja fight coming.
That's not too bad of a fight, to be fair. It's not too bad.
Matter of fact, put that's a card that you could have put on Fox.
Yeah, with your Dennis Ugas against Fabian Maidana. Yeah, that's definitely a Fox card.
Yeah. I heard. I actually heard your Dennis.
No, I'm talking about Guerrero versus Ortiz.
Well, that
supposed
too.
to occur on that card. What the hell happened to that?
With what?
Radzab Butayev versus Jamal James.
That's gonna happen, but it's being moved to a different date. So because of Tyson Fury faking COVID and pulling out, postponing the fight, that basically set the entire PBC summer schedule in flux. So they are moving around a lot of fights and a lot of cards.
That's bizarre. That'd be a good Fox card, to be honest. In Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, Minnesota seems like the new hotbed for boxing.
Yeah.
What happened to Fundora? Wasn't he supposed to be headlining the card in Minnesota?
Yeah, he was supposed to be on the card we just saw, but like I said, everything's in flux. Everybody's moving around right now. Fundora is supposed to be fighting Sergio Garcia. Yeah,
that fight was rumored for like 2 different dates too. I think it was
they saying it's in flux, like they saying it's in flux, like they gotta renegotiate Canelo Plant. These ain't great fights.
Well, yeah, but they gotta set up the schedule great.
Yeah, I guess, but Jesus Christ, it ain't that hard, in my opinion.
And keep in mind, we still have some very well-known PBC fighters that don't have any fight prospects yet. You know, we're still waiting for Gary Russell Jr. We're still waiting to see what's going on with Keith Thurman. We're still waiting to see what's going on with Luis Ortiz. There's like a lot of moving parts that PBC still has to put together for the end of the year.
Now here's the thing too. With you mentioned Luis Ortiz. Like one of the fights that was potentially mentioned for him was against Andy Ruiz Jr.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: would they try to make that like a Fox, like an actual Fox card, or will they even try to do a pay-per-view with that? Oh, also another fighter there, possibly if he could, get his wish to stay active, and that's Adrian Broner, man. So it's still like a good number of fighters out there that have not been able to get in the ring this year. And we got like about another 4 months left after this.
Well,
True.
I think what we're going to see is PBC is going to have a very strong finish to the year.
Well, let's hope.
In the back end, who knows? But also what you were talking about earlier though, with New York City, how they're going to be handling things. If that goes through, that could stop a whole lot of activity as far as like fight cards that people wanted to do. They wanted to fight it like MSG or Barclays. They won't be able to go there.
Yeah,
as an option.
not only is it going to stop a lot of fights in New York City, I think it's going to stop a lot of fights on the whole East Coast, because New York City is basically the leader of the East Coast. So New Jersey already announced.
Yeah. I've been watching. I've been trying to keep up with what's shutting down and what's staying open, and New Orleans just shut down the Jazz Fest for October.
Oh shit!
2 months early because of COVID. So
something's cut, man. This ain't looking good.
Man, this is some bullshit, man. Listen, I'm telling you right now, this whole shit turned me into a COVID-idiot, man. I'm telling you, because they just need to open up everything.
Think about it. You had the shit, and you know how bad it is,
bro. Whoever want to get sick, let them get sick. All right, that's it.
No, but you can't do that because the sick people who don't want to get vaccinated helps the virus mutate.
I don't care. Herd immunity.
So then, you'll never get herd immunity. We still don't have herd immunity from the flu. We still don't have herd immunity from the flu. So when the unvaccinated get sick and the virus mutate, and then you're gonna end up with a variant that is vaccination resistant, and we all fucked.
Listen, I need to be entertained. Enough is
okay.
enough.
Well, get your fucking shot, nigga.
Enough is enough.
You almost died. Couldn't even defend yourself. Had me defending you because you couldn't even type enough to breathe.
Why should I go get a shot when I already had COVID? The shot,
because you can get it again.
And you can get it with
different variants, Matthew. There are different variants. You can get it again.
Oh boy!
So you telling me that a vaccine will protect me more than the antibodies that I got from getting COVID?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Studies have proven that. Okay. Listen.
Yo,
don't talk to me. Have you asked your doctor this question?
I ain't talking to no doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, yo, we going. There you go. There you go. Attention on there, boy. So
your own research.
We pretty much like almost got on 2 hours here with this particular show, though. But
that's what I said. I said when I got my vaccine, y'all know I said I am never not wearing my mask because these motherfuckers ain't gonna cooperate. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because these motherfuckers is hard headed and Americans think you can't tell them to do shit. They think everything is a freedom. I don't trust the vaccine while they stuffing their face with a fucking Big Mac. They couldn't tell you what's in this shit. Jesus Christ, we are at a point in this.
Man.
God.
Yo, that being said, I'm gonna put a close to this particular version of the show. Big up to everybody for joining in this conversation, and we'll get back
Matt,
at it, man. I want
Yeah.
to
let me say something. When you finally hit that thing that you're trying to hit, and your little wee wee start leaking, don't go to the doctor. Trust your antibodies from the other times you done had gonorrhea. Okay, trust the antibodies.
Unfiltered version of the podcast is put to a close. With that being said, like I said at the end of every show, the point about says hit Doc.
I want to hear his rebuttal.
Oh shoot! Hey, we'll get that. We'll get that off the air. But that note, I'm out. Peace.